Let's kick things off with the national broadsheet tomorrow. A great exclusive by Matt Cunningham on the front. Kids face non-gender sport is their headline. And Northern Territory teachers would be encouraged to organise non-gendered sports teams, physical education activities and sports days under plans being developed by the Education Department. An early draft of the guidelines even suggested teachers be banned from calling students boys and girls to avoid offending children who might be questioning their gender. And children attending school camps would be able to use the toilets, showers and sleeping quarters of their affirmed gender. Look, Baz, the issue of gender fluidity, identity in children and all of Australia at this point in time seems to be front page news for issues that are impacting the seat of Warringah in New South Wales. What's your take on this for, gender inclusivity for primary school students?
Well, it's something I'm far better educated now than I was, say, 2 years ago. Clearly it's a space where I had the wrong things to say and have certainly learnt and had my own education process. I mean, the fact of the matter is, Jenna, that some people do struggle with their sexual identity. And although the vast majority of people watching us now, the vast majority of Australians will consider themselves either male or female, there is a percentage of our population who do not identify as male or female or struggle with their sexual identity and perhaps were born with male genitalia but identify as a woman. And the fact remains that if there are people who struggle with that, is it not right that we try and accommodate them as best we can? I remember late last year, I compared the Brownlow medal because it was in Perth. We were going through a rehearsal. And in the rehearsal, in the room, it was an empty room, I was doing my bits and pieces and said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along, blah, 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 just in the rehearsal. And a very polite official from the AFL tapped me on the shoulder and said, look, we're now in the habit at the AFL of not trying to say male or female or men and women, just welcome everybody. It's the inclusivity that we hold very dear to our organisation. Now, if the AFL can adopt that sort of approach, if others in our community can adopt that sort of approach, why not in schools? And I do think that language like girls and boys can potentially, at a young age, send the wrong message. So I understand this. I also understand some people's confusion around this space. But the fact remains, if it's not easy for everybody, why not make it a little bit easier for them?
Interesting point of view. I think, look, if you want to get involved in any conversations that we're having this evening on the front page, please use the hashtag, the front page on the social medias.